Oh, well, hello, hi, it is Tease. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. So it's raining, so I'm like sitting right in front of the patio, and it's raining. So excuse the background noise if you can hear it. So this will be day two of the weekend getaway, part two. So I guess on this particular one, since there's no weekend updates. I'm literally just still sitting, and like I say, it's raining right now. So while I'm sitting here, I guess I'll make a video, and I just may come back out tonight for another video. So, but I guess this video will be updates on this crazy reports that I've heard of, like crazy arrests and crazy, just crazy things. And you'll think it's crazy. It's crazy to arrest a preschooler, or you think it's crazy to send babies into questioning, but it gets worse. And the crazy thing is nothing new. This first incident is nothing new. The whole arresting birds. So I guess the latest story is a pigeon, like a pigeon bird. A pigeon was arrested for drug smuggling at a Canadian prison. And the crazy thing is, this is nothing new as far as using birds to, bring in your shipments. Because most of the time when you're locked up in prison, or in jail or whatever, most of the time you're fenced in. So it's like, okay, you're in jail, but the only thing blocking you is this fence. And birds, they like to hang out on fences. So birds will normally hang out like on the fence, like in the gym area. If you go outside and you're inside the facility, but you're on the gym side where it's outside but it's fenced in, that part will be fenced in, and then you'll normally see like birds hanging out there. So this particular bird had a book bag full of drugs, or a book bag full of meth, and he was to drop it off at a Canadian prison, but he was caught in mid transaction. So now he's been arrested. The pigeon has been arrested, and the crazy thing is, this is nothing new. It's not new at all. Like I say, this is not the first time someone has used a bird. Which the crazy thing is, the birds had nothing to do with it, because it's not like the bird is like, hey, how do I get to this Canadian prison? Or where's Jeremy that he's supposed to meet? Where's Jeremy, the correctional officer, or the warden that's supposed to meet me here for the drop? And I'm certain that the bird's not in on it, but I guess the smugglers will figure, hey, this bird is going to land, or maybe land around or near the prison. So I guess, I don't know how they would catch the bird, but they would know, I guess, depending on the pattern of that bird. Like, okay, this bird usually hangs out on this building, so when he lands again, put this book bag on him, and maybe he'll land back on the building, and you can do that transaction. Because for the bird to get arrested as if they were in on it, like the bird was like, hey, I know my rights, as if you as if they really know. That would be more mind-blowing if they actually took a picture of the damn pigeon, which they probably did, because I think there was a picture of the book bag. It gets worse. It gets worse. Because this is nothing new. So I guess the pigeon is in custody now for drug smuggling, and apparently the pigeon is not talking as to who was supposed to receive the drop or the transaction. And good luck with the questioning. And speaking of questioning too, there was another case. Now mind you, this wasn't that long ago. Maybe I would say 5 years. I don't even think it was 5. It wasn't that damn long ago, but it was so ridiculous to where it went in one ear and out one ear and out the other. The only thing I remember was 6-month-old prime suspect in I don't know if it was in a shooting. It was some kind of crime. Like I say, it was so ridiculous I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But it was literally a 6-month-old was a suspect in a crime, and a felony crime. And and I was just wondering, like, so how would you serve the baby? Like, how would you, like I say, it was so ridiculous I don't even remember how it went. Perhaps you've heard of it. Like I say, it went in one ear and out the other with me, because I just didn't know what to do. But yeah, this was a few years ago, but it was literally like a 6-month-old that was a suspect in a crime. And I don't know if it was because they were in the vehicle. Maybe the baby was in the vehicle during the crime, and I guess they figured all involved is going down. But yeah, the baby was definitely, like, you in your car seat is going down. You've been going downtown. So yeah, it's like, And there's some places like that too. They'll think like, oh, don't give me that toddler shit. Like, you put your hands behind your back, you know. Like, I don't know how true it is. I guess like Kentucky or one of those K-states are like that, to where like, they don't care if you're a newborn or not. You do a crime, you're going down. But like I say, you guys, I tell you, I mean, the world is just getting so mind blowing that there's no limits. And like I say, with that whole bird thing, before people started going crazy, before it was back to back craziness and demons running loose, birds really were used for drug smuggling. And they probably weren't necessarily doing it like, oh, I have a book bag on you. I'm thinking some of them, they did tape. They probably taped some drugs to their feet or something like that, and then figured that you'll land somewhere by the prison or the facility. Or I want to say some of them, maybe they were stuffing the birds with the drugs, you know, and, you know, like that, you know, because you can only put so much, you know, a bird can only carry so much, because, you know, the bones are hollow. And then too, with the weight, like, you got to have a weight limit, you know, how much can this bird carry, you know, so you got to only put so much at a time. Yeah, but I tell you, this news, I tell you, mind blowing. And then that one too with the baby, like I say, you would think it's unusual. Oh, my 4-year-old was arrested. Like, okay, just like the 6-year-old, that's not unusual because, okay, he brought a gun to school and shot his teacher. So it's like, okay, you may have to arrest that 6-year-old, but a 6-month-old, like, and the suspect too is like, how would you even question it? So it's kind of like, it just gets so ridiculous. It's like, I couldn't even entertain it. It was real, but I didn't absorb or retain any of the information. Only thing I remember was 6-month-old suspect, and I'm like, and like I say, they could have just been guilty by association. Maybe they just got, you know, went down with the crew for being present. But I tell you. But anyway, I hope all the well. I'll probably say those. I think those are the top 2 updates on the top of my head as far as strange arrests or strange busts, suspects. You know. So yeah, the latest one is the pigeon. The pigeon is apparently in questioning. I don't know if they're going to hold the pigeon, and if so, how long. Do they have proper necessities for the pigeon? Do you know, their pigeon headquarters? Because I'm thinking like, okay, really that pigeon would have an argument. That's against the pigeon's rights. Because you'll think like, okay, why associate an animal? Because I'm sure if somebody shot that pigeon, they will be in trouble for harming the pigeon. So I'm like, okay, I guess that wouldn't make a pigeon exempt from getting arrested, but you have to properly accommodate the pigeon. You can't just say, oh, put your wings behind your back, you know. So it's like, that's another thing. How the hell did they? I laugh, but this stuff is so ridiculous. Like, how do you arrest a pigeon? Like, if you know, politely tell them, come here, pigeon. Like, I just, yeah, I don't know what to do anymore. My mind just can't take it. Yeah, but maybe I can't imagine the questioning. Who are you making the drop to? You know, who ordered the hit? You know, so I'm just like, I mean, I'm sure even if the pigeon knew who tied the drugs to their back or put it in their book bag, maybe they wouldn't know their name, or if they did know, I have everything you need to know. But it's like, how are you going to communicate that? Do you have a pigeon on the detective force? Detective Pigeon, is he around? Like, my God, that's what I'm saying. These stories, I tell you, I just cannot take them anymore. I can't. But I thought I'd mention it because this stuff is real and it's not new. And alright, whatever. I guess I'll continue my weekend extravaganza. Like I say, I'm gonna sit in front of the rain. I'm gonna open this patio back open. Yeah, so just sit and chill, do some braids, and then take it easy. Yeah, but yeah, I thought I'd share that the suspect, you know, the latest suspect, and thought I'd fill you in on that. But I hope all well. Hope all are safe. You know, hopefully it's dry where you are. You know, weather's mild at least. Yeah. Anyway, but be well, be safe.